This is the third video in this playlist, and if you have not seen the previous videos, I'll strongly recommend that you watch those for this video to make sense. Hello, I am Faisal and welcome to my channel. So this video will show how to mix the color for the tomato that was discussed in the video before this one. For more videos on how to do oil painting, make sure you have subscribed to this channel and don't forget to click on that bell icon. The color mixing is very specific to the tomato so that you can use it as a recipe and try it yourself. And in this process, there will be a little struggle, but it'll help you learn the process. I plan to release a more complete video on color mixing so that you are mixing colors by seeing and intuition rather than a recipe. So this is the basic color palette we will be using mostly in this channel. Clockwise, we have titanium white, cadmium yellow light, cadmium red medium, and ultramarine blue. And these are the helper colors: Portland gray deep, burnt sienna, and ivory black. So when matching the colors, this is what I want you to do. Pick the color closest to the color you are trying to match. Then ask yourself, do you need to go redder, yellower, or bluer? And mix the color that you need to add. Then ask yourself, do you want to go lighter or darker? And mix the color that you need to add to make it lighter or darker. I used a glass from a picture frame and put the photo of the tomato behind it. Let's start out by mixing the dark side of the tomato. We'll start out with burnt sienna as it is the closest to my dark value side of the tomato. Ask yourself, do I need to go yellower, bluer, or redder? And tweak accordingly. And then ask yourself, do I need to go darker or lighter? I noticed that I want to go redder and darker to match the dark side. On my palette, to make it redder, I have cadmium red, and to make it darker, I have ivory black. Sure, you could try ultramarine blue as well because it's on the darker side and see what happens. That's how you learn. Bring the color close enough, and remember, it is the relative value we care about compared to the next value area. Match the color by putting it on the glass, wipe and repeat. And keep this iterative process till you are happy. You may have to clean the glass with turpentine after a few wipes. Let's mix the middle value of the tomato. This typically has the highest saturation, somewhere in it, depending on how wide this area is. Start with cadmium red as the base. Ask yourself, do I need to go yellower, bluer, or redder? And tweak in that direction. It seemed like it needed a little yellowish bend to it. Then ask yourself, darker or lighter? It seems like I need to go darker. It makes sense to add burnt sienna as it is in the red family, rather than the ultramarine blue or ivory black, which are both blue and blue leaning respectively. And start by adding burnt sienna and matching on the glass. Remember to keep the values separated. That's what we are going for. All the while, ask yourself, does it need to be lighter or darker? And then redder, yellower, or bluer, and add the colors accordingly. Now let's mix the light value. Start with cadmium red as your base color because that is the dominant color on the light side of the tomato. Ask yourself, do I need to go yellower, bluer, or redder? And tweak in that direction. The red is bending towards orange. Hence, yellow gets added to the cadmium red. Ask yourself, do I need to go lighter or darker? Yellow will do the job of making it both lighter and orangish. However, you may need to make it lighter and dial down the yellowishness, and hence you'll have to add titanium white. Now let's put the stem of the tomato behind the glass and mix the paint. Let's start out by mixing the dark side of the stem. Let's mix dark green by adding dark ultramarine blue with hint of yellow and it leans a little reddish. Since I want to keep it dark, I added burnt sienna to it. Ask yourself lighter, darker, and do I need to go bluer, yellower, or redder? Once again, I tested the colors by putting it on the glass and repeating. Let's mix the middle value. This typically has the highest saturation. And since this is a thin, narrow region, it is highly saturated. This is the middle region and narrow because of the cylindrical shape. So this thin shape will be high in chroma. Let's mix the light value. This can be the middle value with little white added to it. Let's start the background. I eyeballed it and it was good enough for me. But you can go ahead and mix it yourself by matching the color behind the glass. Try it and let me know down below if you have any questions. The darkest region for me is the shadow of the tomato, Portland gray deep with ivory black, and I added a hint of blue. I'm taking artistic liberty to do this, to give it a cool color, the blue that is. The middle value is Portland gray deep with hint of white. The lightest value is Portland gray deep with lots of titanium white. There's one more video coming out after this one that will show the actual painting with this mixed color. If you found this video helpful and want to see more videos like this, do click that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified of new videos, and do click that like button. It will help my channel grow. Thank you for watching.